Welcome to Inside Lake Forest. I'm Eileen Looby, your host, and today I'm visiting at Lake Forest College, The Garden. And this particular garden is located right behind Glen Rowan House, and it's put on by the Environmental Studies program. Let's take a look. Hi, Glen.
Hey, Eileen.
Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Thanks for taking the time to walk us through the garden today. I'm meeting with Glen Adelson, who's the chair of the Environmental Studies program here at Lake Forest College.
Thanks, Eileen.
And I'd love for you to just tell me, give me a little background, Glen, first of you and then coming here to Lake Forest College.
So I came to Lake Forest College 3 years ago to take over the Environmental Studies program. And it's been a great time since I've been here. I had been teaching out east. I have an interdisciplinary background. I have an undergraduate degree in English literature. I have a law degree, and I have a PhD in biology. So I'm interested in the combination of all the disciplines. And so when I came here, one of the first ideas I had, along with Liz Birnbaum, who was our program coordinator, was to build a garden on campus, because agriculture, first of all, is essential. It has really important environmental impacts. And it's interdisciplinary. You can think of it as just being botanical science, but of course agriculture is all about food and how people eat, so it's about history, sociology, and economics. And so with this garden, one of the things we've done is run a lot of classes in it. The lake forestry class that I teach has taken place here. I taught a class called Biodiversity in Agriculture, which met in the garden the entire semester. As you know, I taught a course called Botanical Imperialism, in which a lot of the classes met here, and you were a guest lecturer for us.
Well, and Glen, I was going to say, I had the pleasure of really experiencing your firsthand teaching and watching the students learn and produce. And I'm great to finally have this opportunity to show our community what a great program we have here at Lake Forest College.
Thanks so much.
The garden. So the garden started with Liz, and Liz is now out west working.
Well, this was a great springboard for Liz. I mean, this is her baby, and this is, she put this together along with a number of our students who she hired and trained. And she just moved on to a new job as program coordinator of Ecological Farming Association out in California. And it's good. She's basically made her career, made this garden as a springboard to her career.
Neat. So we're going to be meeting with a couple of students today who are managing the garden this summer. And then in terms of finding out more about what they're doing in the community, we're going to have Robert, our intern, who also is a recent graduate of Lake Forest College, jump in and ask a few questions.
That's great, please.
Thank you, Glen. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. Thanks, Eileen.
So today I'm meeting with Ryan, great to meet you, and Sydney,
nice to meet you,
and Christina.
Hi.
And Christina, you are a recent graduate of Lake Forest College, so congratulations to you. And tell me what involvement you've had with the garden in the past.
I started working here in spring of 2010 when Liz Birnbaum, the program coordinator for Environmental Studies Department, she had this idea of the garden space, so she wrote up a proposal and got it, approved by the Board of Trustees, and I've been out here since day one digging up the beds, and every season since, just helping plant and harvest and everything.
Excellent. And then Sydney and Ryan, now the two of you are managing the garden, is that correct?
Yeah.
So Sydney, tell me what year you are at the college.
So I'm coming into my junior year. This is my first year volunteering in the garden. It's been a really great experience so far. I'm also doing some research into plant families, so it's been helpful with that. I've had a little bit of gardening experience before this, but this is probably the most I've consistently done. So it's been exciting to get to see the garden grow from start to finish, to open up new beds, to get to choose what we're planting and watch it develop.
Neat. And tell me, what is your degree here at the college?
I'm an environmental studies major.
Okay, excellent. So this is very fitting for some summer work for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Ryan, tell me what year you are.
I'm also a rising junior.
Okay.
And so I came into the garden last year, and I worked here with 3 other members of the college community, and I've kind of taken over a little bit this year with managing with Sydney, and it's been really great so far.
Excellent. Well, I'd love to get a little tour
Absolutely,
from
yeah.
you all on all these crops that you've got going. And I also want to make sure we touch on how people can come visit you and all those good things. So maybe let's start right here and talk to me about this bed.
Yeah,
here.
this is actually an interesting bed. Over in the corner, there's actually a sweet pea, and that was kind of the inspiration for what I was going to plant in this bed.
Okay.
The one with the purple flower over there, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I planted a number of other peas in here with the white flowers, and this is borage. It's an edible flower, actually. Here, you can try some. And
Neat.
it actually sprung up as well with the peas, and so we just kind of left it.
Now tell me, everything is organic here, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk to me about where you've gotten some of your plant starters.
We actually, a lot of our starts are from Pasquazi's.
Okay.
And we get a lot of our seeds from a company called Botanical Interests. And almost all of them are certified organic, but they're all we use compost actually to grow all of them. No chemicals, no anything like that. Yeah.
Any supplement fertilizer or just through the compost?
For a couple of plants, we use
Okay.
fish emulsion,
Okay.
but other than that, no, not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Sydney, tell me a little bit about the beds that were here.
What year were these built?
These were built in the
These were-
summer of 2010.
Okay.
Later summer.
So they're definitely recent. These are a rather slightly unusual raised bed because they're taller than you would generally see them, but these have a particularly deep soil treatment. I don't know if you want to talk about it a little more. You would be the expert on that.
I mean, we built these beds ourselves, and we just filled it completely with compost. We added peat, I think, and some sand to kind of give it a different kind of texture.
And I think there was some coir too in there, which is coconut shavings.
Okay.
that's right.
Keeps the water and fertilizes a little bit.
Yeah, so these
But-
are kind of like our experimental beds.
Yeah.
We kind of made the soil ourselves, and everything that's been growing in here has been doing really well.
Yeah. And so
Excellent.
in this one we have Swiss Chard,
Uh-huh.
which is delicious, and it's finally coming through. It took a little while.
Well, we finally started to have some nice, hot, sunny
Oh,
days.
yeah, absolutely. It's
And
been so
I was
mild.
going to say, when I visited you just about a week and a half or so, things have really taken off. And I can tell you've been doing a lot of good watering out here because we haven't had a lot of rain.
Not at
So I
all.
can tell you've been out here. Now, let's move along here and talk to me about some of these other crops you have.
So we actually have two lettuce mixes in here. The first one is a mezclun, and then the other one is just a general salad mix, and it's got
Okay.
arugula and mustard greens and other regular lettuce in there.
Neat.
So this is a lot of our. We wanted to focus on like leafy greens in these beds this year because you can harvest them over and over again.
And since we're talking about harvesting, tell me a little bit about what you do with the product that you're growing.
Yeah, we last year and the year before we sold to the campus community. We had a sale every Thursday, and people come out, and it's a really great way to meet a lot of the members of the community, and it's really cool because we actually get to walk around with them a lot of the time and pick exactly what they want.
Neat.
And you just don't get to do that anywhere else.
And what are your hours for that particular sale?
That's on Thursdays from 10 a.m. till 5.
10 to 5 on Thursdays.
Yeah.
People can just come out here and pick out the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right, so down here we've got a couple different crops. We have the radish placed on the outside, which actually acts as a trap crop.
Okay.
Because all three of these we actually have 4 varieties of plants in here. They're in the Brassicaceae family. And so the pests will actually go for the radishes instead of here, which is broccoli. And then we have cabbage on the inside, and then on either side of the cabbage we have Brussel sprouts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And those were all Pasquazi's starts except for the radishes. And then in this bed we have potatoes. We have 2 varieties, and they are just doing great.
Booming.
They love it, yeah.
Now tell me, how do you handle insect control? I know just talking about the radishes as being a barrier. What about things like slugs? Do you have any?
We haven't really ever had a problem with
Okay.
slugs as of yet. If we did, my dad had an old trick to just cut a beer can in half with a little beer in it, and they would crawl in and die.
I
So,
hear that.
yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, you have to let me know if you do that.
Yeah, but we also use a lot of these cabbages are eaten by the squirrels, and so we use cayenne pepper
Okay.
on them.
cayenne pepper to keep the squirrels away. I
Yeah.
just did that recently at my own planter pots at home,
Yeah.
and it's been working.
It does. It works pretty well.
And in this middle area here where we've got the sprinkler set up,
Yeah. So those were
Squashes?
just recently planted. Yeah, those are squash. We have a couple different varieties. We have yellow summer squash, and then we have Cocozelle zucchini and Black Beauty zucchini. And actually in another patch up there we have these ornamental summer squash that will be really cool when they come
Excellent.
to fruit. So yeah.
So besides your sale that you have here on Thursdays, you're also, I heard, thinking about maybe getting involved with the Lake Forest Farmers Market.
Yeah, we'd like to, depending on our yield, I mean, it's a small space, but if we can, we'd like to maybe alternate every other week with the farmers market.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And talk to me about how people can get involved.
Well, we're trying to hold a number of events this summer, so people are always welcome to come down and volunteer anytime that Ryan and I are here, which is generally from 8 to 5. If people want to drop by, there's always work to do. We're also holding a series of garden parties and hopefully some demonstrations. We're hoping to have an invasive species day where we teach people about what plants they should be pulling from the wild.
Neat.
And we'll probably do other small demonstrations like that if people want to come and learn more about it.
Fabulous. Now, how do people find out about this? Do you have a blog or a
Yeah,
website?
we have a website. If you go to Lake Forest, lfc.edu, and type in garden, we have our garden page there, and that has links to our Tumblr and our Facebook page.
Okay, great.
And our Facebook page is actually our main mode of communication.
So we can just go to your Facebook page and we can like the page and then get the updates. And what is the
absolutely.
Facebook page called?
It is /LFC Garden, I think.
LFC Garden. So you
Yeah.
can find them on Facebook. You can go to the Lake Forest College website and find them there. Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure interviewing all three of you today. Robert's going to jump in here, and also a recent Lake Forest College grad with Christina. He's going to ask some questions about how you're involved in the community.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello guys, it's nice to see familiar faces again, being back on campus. So one of the first things I wanted to get to was, how does the College Garden promote and encourage a healthier community?
Well, we hope that we get people really involved in their food, both by having access to fresh vegetables which don't contain harmful chemicals or chemical processes, and also just by getting people excited about the biodiversity that we have here in the garden. We have an amazing number of varieties of different vegetables. We have 12 different types of tomatoes and 8 different types of peppers, and so we hope that by getting people more familiar with the breadth of what food can be and local food can be, that they start to think about it differently, to become more engaged in what they're eating, to be conscious of where it comes from, and just to be more excited about eating healthy stuff that we have in the garden here.
And also for the previous harvest, we've been sharing a lot of our produce with our school food provider, Airmark. So they've been doing a really good job of accepting a ton of our veggies and stuff and preparing it for meals in the cafeteria for the student body to actually enjoy.
Yeah, part of what we want this garden to be also is just an example for what a garden can be, and that you don't necessarily need to have flowers for it to be ornamental and for it to look beautiful.
So what would you guys say is one of the greatest benefits of working for the College Garden?
There's so many. Every day that we come to work is the new adventure. There's always something to watch grow and to see develop, which is exciting, or we'll have interesting exchanges with animals. We've been watching different birds come and hang out at our garden. We found a new little baby bird that we've been taking care of this morning. And
Yeah, I think just working outside and watching the plants grow is definitely an awesome job. It's a lot of fun. We learn something new every day. We're always learning something new out here.
Yeah, and it's fun to interact with the community. When we have the sales, it's really rewarding to be able to hand over vegetables to people.
And then they come back and tell us how much they enjoyed it, which
Yeah,
always
or
feels good.
share a recipe on how they cooked it or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, would you like to guys show me another part of your garden?
Great, yeah. All right. So down in this patch we have 2 varieties of beans. We've actually got edamame and we have bush beans. And so these are both, the soil here was not that great, and so an interesting fact about beans is it actually fixes, or legumes, is that they actually fix nitrogen in the soil. And so this was kind of a way to grow a really healthy crop here this year, but prepare it next year for another crop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So how long does it take in general to grow these beans?
These should be producing pretty soon here, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. These are a variety that takes about 75 days, and they were planted about a month ago, so they'll be a little while yet.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are there any other things in this part of the garden that you guys would like to touch upon?
Absolutely.
I think that this is our favorite style of gardening. We've been trying to do a lot of experimentation this way. Here we have a ton of different things planted together. We have some carrots here. What do you have down there?
Those are beets.
Yeah, we have some more beets here mixed in together alongside a ton of different tomatoes. We have Sungold, Beefmaster, old German tomatoes.
All sorts of stuff. And a lot of these starts were from Pasquazi's, but we actually, a number of friends and I actually went down to the Botanic Gardens 2 weeks ago, and they were handing out tomatoes. So we got some tomatoes there, and we just stuck them in alongside the rest of them. And they're doing pretty well. So,
Very nice. So
yeah,
it looks like the rest of the community is helping you guys
yeah,
as well.
absolutely. Yeah.
So that's a nice kind of tie in there for you guys working with the community.
It's also pretty cool because people actually have like an affinity to a certain plant when they, receive it like that, and then they've been taking care of it in here as well. So
Definitely.
yeah.
And is that all in this garden, or do we have more?
Up in this bed we have garlic and some onions, and we have more carrots up here. We have 3 varieties of carrots, I think. Peppers down there, and even a volunteer potato that just decided to spring up by itself, and we left it.
A little potato.
Yeah, we like those.
It's got to be there.
Yeah.
So I know you've had a great time meeting with Robert and showing him part of the garden, and now I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of your volunteer work out in the community.
Yeah, we try and go out into the community and attend workshops and volunteer at other community gardens. And so actually, right here we have some flowers that we received last year from Greentown Waukegan, which is an organization with a number of community gardens in Waukegan that we went and we planted sunflowers for them, and they were actually digging up a new plot, and there were flowers that they had planted previously that they gave us. So we always love interacting with other members of the gardening community like that.
Excellent.
And we always welcome any plants that anybody wants to come in, drop off with us looking for a new home.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that there's absolutely lots of opportunities for residents and local businesses and corporations to get involved here with the two of you and the program and the garden, with either plant starts or monetary donations to the, I know you guys are working with the budget, that's part of managing this garden.
Absolutely.
And so any of that would be greatly appreciated by your group.
Absolutely, and we can never have too many plants in here. Whenever we find we want another patch, we just break ground somewhere else. So
if you had one wish, what would it be for this garden?
One wish, we would love like a hoop house, somewhere we can, season extension, something like that. But yeah, it's small scale, just any sort of donation of flowers or starts.
So as this garden and the program matures, I know you have some long-term plans. So your first wish would be a hoop house. Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting with all of you today, learning more about the garden, giving our community an opportunity to see the garden here, and tell them when they can come and visit and purchase the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, we'll be here every Thursday from 10 till 5, but we're usually here most days. Sydney gets here really early, and I'm usually here even after dinner a lot. So
anytime,
just anytime really.
And they can like your Facebook page, or they can find you on the website.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thanks so much for meeting me today, guys.
Yeah.
It's been great. Thank you. Thank you for watching Inside Lake Forest. As you know, we've been visiting the garden here right behind Glen Rowan House, and it's a part of Lake Forest College Environmental Studies program. I hope you stop on out and reap the benefits of their labor.